3 strange carvings, all nearly identical, built in 3 different locations around the world 1,300 years ago. Some believe they're portals or stargates that could hold the keys to our universe. Welcome to the Paranormal Post. On this channel, we cover unexplained mysteries, paranormal research that will hopefully expand your consciousness, and the stories that make you cover your face with blankets at night. If you enjoy these kinds of stories, then please subscribe. We publish twice a week like clockwork. I'm Clayton Morris. Sri Lanka is one of the holiest places on earth, with its rich Buddhist history, especially a city named Anuradhapura, which this city might be known for something more than its breathtaking temples, something otherworldly. Today's story centers around a 40-acre ancient urban park named the Golden Fish Park, where a mysterious chart is hidden. Now, the chart is reported to be a map of some kind, used to unlock the secrets of the universe, which is how it received its name, the Universe Cycle. That's the name of this, the Universe Cycle. As shown in this picture here, the Universe Cycle chart measures around 1.8 meters in diameter and is shallowly carved into a low rock face among the protected park ruins. Now, its front side can only be seen from ground level. In fact, 4 seats have been sculpted into a flat rock surface opposite, which looks like it was an ideal viewing area or some kind of a seating area. Both the map and the seats, which are also of mysterious origin, have puzzled historians, archaeologists, and academics for more than a century. So if you look at the chart's center, it's made up of 7 small circles divided by parallel, vertical, and horizontal lines. Rectangular compartments contain small crossed circles. Now, to the naked eye, the chart's inner circle contains figures that resemble umbrellas, or bow and arrows, a kite, maybe wavy lines, and some other cylindrical shapes, while the outer circle contains a number of marine animals, like fish, turtles, and seahorses. Its existence and its function were completely all left out of any historical records that the Buddhist monks kept in this area. By the way, it's very strange because they kept incredibly meticulous records of just about everything around that holy city. Why did they keep this piece hidden? What were they trying to hide? Among the archaeologists who were dedicated to deciphering the mystery was Professor Raj Samadeva, a senior professor of archaeology at the University of Kalyana. Now, he suggested that the use of this universe cycle was vital for a prolonged period in history. He also suggested that it was most likely carved around the 7th century because during that time, several new buildings were added to the early garden layouts. Despite deducing a timeline for it, the universe cycle was compared to other carvings in that same area made from the 3rd to the 10th century AD, and it did not match any of them. So this one stood out because it was so bizarre for that timeline. Now, another carving of the same period, which the universe cycle gets often compared to, is the moonstone, or the Sandakada Fana. The similarity comes from the plethora of symbols and animals carved on the side. The moonstone, with its vines and its swans and its lotus, is a typical artistic finding of the Buddhist background, and was in fact kept in historical records, so they documented that. So why were they okay cataloging the moonstone, but not this universe cycle? This has left the universe cycle without any religious context at all, and it seems totally out of place. The deepened mystery around it, though, is why it would be kept a secret. Who used it? How is it even used? All of these questions have left the door wide open to online theories from everyone, from people just like you and I trying to understand the complexity of this thing. Others, though, say that the chart was behind a hidden boulder. It had to be moved in order to be opened, and it was left forgotten after the fall of the Anuradhapura kingdom. Now, this universe cycle almost blended in to the surroundings. It had twin ponds and beautiful bathing pavilions, just a gorgeous scenery. Some people believe that this is a meeting spot for alien visitations to Earth. After all, this could be the most calm and beautiful spot in the entire world. The sacred city is masked also by tropical jungle, so nature had a nice way of keeping it hidden. Now, the first report of this chart came in 1911 by a British civil servant by the name of H.C.P. Bell. He was the first commissioner of archaeology in Ceylon, which is Sri Lanka's old name. Now, Bell concluded in his report to the governor that this chart served as some kind of a map of the world. He said, quote, "This ancient map of the world, perhaps the oldest in existence, is of quite extraordinary interest. Its presence testifies to the antiquity of that astronomical lore still pursued in some of the Buddhist monasteries of Ceylon," end quote. That conclusion was based mostly on his knowledge of Buddhism and the local monks and their thought processes behind building other charts. He described the chart as, quote, "an old-time cosmographical chart illustrating in naivest simplicity the Buddhistic notions of the universe." He explained that the circles, the symbols, the marine life on the chart to be that of the island's monks' interpretations of the earth, the seas, the outer space, and the universe. In the decades since his discovery, one of the most compelling comparisons depicts the similarities between the Sri Lanka chart and other charts found around the world, with researchers claiming that these similarly designed charts of stone could be, in fact, stargates. Now, if you don't know what a stargate is, it's the ability of a painting, a carving, or even words to hold the power over another world, another dimension, meaning that it serves as perhaps a portal through which humans can enter the universe. As Corey Goode and other members of the secret space program have described, these stargates come in many forms, many sizes, and they could be used as teleportation devices. In fact, Corey Goode, who has worked as part of the secret space program, described a glowing orange orb that would transport him and others to the moon base. Yes, it's amazing. And once you start going down this rabbit hole, guys, of studying the secret space program and the members of the U.S. military who've worked on the secret space program and have spoken publicly about it, you will be blown away. That's not a genie you can put back in the bottle. Anyway, many people believe this universe cycle, is said to have some sort of secret code to unlocking a stargate portal. Among those charts is one that was found in Abu Ghraib in Egypt, and another named La Puerta de Jayamarca, or the Gates of the Gods in Peru. Theories suggest that the similarity between the three is too strong to look past. In fact, they almost all have identical conditions to them. So 3 different stone charts built thousands of miles from each other, all around the world, all built near water sources, which is supposed to allow extraterrestrial beings to process gold from Earth's water, according to ancient Stargate theory. This theory was further proven by the proximity of the chart to the Donegala Mountain, which locals call the Alien Mountain. Now, it lies deep within the jungle, has a unique shape to it, and it's an entirely flat top. The flat top especially led many to believe that it must have been used as some sort of UFO landing pad. A tour guide in this area said that villagers believe that this alien mountain attracts more shooting stars and thunder and lightning above it than anywhere else they've ever seen. Researchers in Sri Lanka say that at least since 250 BCE, Sri Lankans had a clear idea of objects in the sky and outer space. In early Brahmi inscriptions found in Sri Lanka, there are a number of names that refer to specific stars and concepts related to astronomy. One of the inscriptions, in Kirinda, a religious and historic site on Sri Lanka's southern coast, contains the phrase Aparmarita Loka Dayatuya, meaning the infinite universe. Now, what it suggests is that the person who engraved it had a very good understanding of the nature of the universe they lived in. Another early theory was suggested by Shirin Al-Mandra, who is a senior lecturer and researcher. The theory suggests that the universe cycle is a plan for a complex project similar to the enormous stupas that were being built at the time. Now, these stupas look like pagodas, as you can see here, with a mound-like top to them, made of stone. They were used as meditation chambers for Buddhist monks. The famous stupa in Sigiriya is one of Sri Lanka's most recognized ancient landmarks, a 5th century BC rock fortress, complete with flowing water, landscaped gardens, and multiple living quarters inside. And guess what? It's very close to our universe cycle chart. It lies just a half an hour away. Yes, in Sri Lanka's cultural triangle. Researchers also believe that given the 3 seats carved in the front of the chart, they appear to be slightly facing each other. It makes them think that this was a place for discussion, an ancient architect's office, if you will. If the seats were built for a religious purpose, such as meditation, they would be in a straight line and not facing one another. But one thing all locals, historians, and archaeologists agree on, that this most compelling mystery surrounding the universe cycle is the lack of evidence to correctly date it. Very little surrounding all of it. Moreover, the documentation of everything else in this area in the Buddhist history books, and then for some reason intentionally neglecting this unique chart that was built around the same time or even before? Why would they hide this? Why would they leave this out? Hopefully one day we will fully unravel the enigma behind the alleged Stargate of Sri Lanka as it grows into a cult status among sci-fi enthusiasts. But for this time, it's still a mystery that needs to be solved. If you like stories of the unexplained, stories the mainstream media won't cover, please subscribe to the channel. We publish 2 videos per week at least. Our team works very hard to bring you these videos. So you can smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the other side.